Real Housewives of Potomac and Atlanta showrunner Eric Fuller is speaking out and clarifying what exactly he's in charge of. If you've been under a rock, Eric Fuller has been trolled and harassed on social media. And now, in another LoveBScott.com exclusive, Bravo is speaking out about how Eric and other producers are being treated by the Bravo universe. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So, for one of the very few times, Bravo is speaking out in defense of their employees. But before we get to that, you may know this face and you may know this name, Eric Fuller, who's been on camera both on The Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac when they break the fourth wall. He's also the showrunner for both shows. He also has been the target of a lot of harassment on social media, people blaming him for the lackluster seasons of The Real Housewives of Atlanta and some of what's been going on Potomac. But yesterday when we dropped the video from our friends over at LoveBScott.com's exclusive telling you that there is going to be a reboot that is being considered heavily by Bravo for The Real Housewives of Atlanta, a lot of you said no, there needs to be a reboot of production. But we told you in that report, it looked as if Bravo was very happy with production. So much so, they're very excited about what happened during the season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. So they're not looking to shake up production. They're looking to shake up the cast because of the cost. Well, after this, if you follow our Tuesday Takeover or any of the other pop culture news that we've been reporting on, we reported to you that Eric Fuller had privatized his Instagram because there has been a lot of harassment of him on social media, which we always tell you guys, at least within our community, that is unnecessary. You can have your opinions, but there's no need to go to Eric's page and harass him and blame him for the lackluster season that you're experiencing. You can voice your opinions to Eric. However, harassing and trolling him and making fun of him, that is where you take it too far. So Eric yesterday did speak out on his social media saying this. He says, "I'm not an editor. I don't make casting decisions. I don't choose what scenes make it or not. If you're going to come for me for what I'm responsible for. EDF." And then I told you when we did a TikTok talking about this Instagram story, my big question was, well, if you're not responsible for any of these things, what exactly do you do? Here's the thing. He's a showrunner. He's an executive producer. You're not telling me that these editors have free reign to decide what these stories are going to look like. We have seen literally Eric come into scenes like recently on The Real Housewives of Atlanta and tell Todd and Candy, you have to talk about the elephant in the room when it comes to Melvin's incident. We've seen Candace on The Real Housewives of Potomac break the fourth wall and go to him and say, we're not doing this situation with Giselle. So we understand that you're not the editor, but you play a role, an executive role, a showrunner role. He then says, I don't make casting decisions. I find that hard to believe, to be honest with you. I believe you are very much involved in regards to the casting decisions. You're probably and definitely not the end-all be-all because we know both Andy and other people are involved in this, but on some level you do. And then he says, I don't choose what scenes make it or not. Again, I don't know if I believe that either. If you are the showrunner, you have a level of responsibility. It sounds like you're not taking any accountability for this, but if the season did do well, I'm sure you would be like, it's all me, it's all me. And then you say, come for me for what I'm responsible for. I think this would have been a perfect opportunity, Eric, to let people know what you're responsible for. Instead of us running with it, well, if you're not in charge of editing, casting decisions, or anything else, what exactly is your role then? For the layman's that don't know. But as I said to you before, you can have your opinions about Eric, his job, and what he's been doing over on Atlanta or Potomac. But you don't have to harass him. You don't have to troll him. You don't have to make fun of him. You can still express your thoughts in a way that is productive. So Bravo is speaking out because I'm assuming that the trolling, because I'm not in these troll situations. I've seen 1 or 2 tweets where people have talked about him. I don't see what you guys are saying to him in his comments. However, Bravo decided to release an exclusive statement to our friends over at lovebscott.com that had an exclusive yesterday talking about this cash shakeup. Very interesting that they report on the cash shakeup yesterday and they get an exclusive statement from Bravo. Interesting. You gather what you want from that. So, according to our friends over at lovebscott.com, they write this. They said, Bravo is asking Real Housewives of Atlanta fans to stop attacking the Real Housewives of Atlanta producers. Following Love B. Scott's bombshell report revealing the production's plan to reboot RHOA, fans have been harassing members of the truly original production team, even going as far as sending, see, this is where y'all go too far, sending death threats to executive producer Eric Fuller. They said yesterday evening, Eric took to social media, as I mentioned to you before, to inform fans that he doesn't have any power over casting or what scenes make the final episodes. But that wasn't enough to calm everyone down. So Bravo has released a statement exclusively to lovebscott.com saying Bravo strongly condemns threats and online attacks against the Real Housewives of Atlanta producers and urges people to please stop. They said also our sources tell us that the producers on the receiving end of these social media attacks are not responsible for any editing decisions. Here's the thing. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. Because if they're not responsible for the editing decisions, who is? Who is making these final decisions? Andy Cohen? I don't believe the editors have carte blanche to decide what they want to say on this show. I don't believe that. But at the same time, although I don't believe that's true, and you guys are playing in our faces, I also don't believe that this Bravo universe, which I've said countless times in other instances when we were talking about Vanderpump Rules and how no one was denouncing the toxic mob mentality that was happening over there, and now that mob mentality is turning on the people that they were defending at one point. That I say this all the time here on the channel. You don't know these people. And a lot of you are attacking people for things that's an entertainment show. And a lot of you are doing exactly what you are trying to denounce from some of the people that you don't like. Death threats, you've gone too far. You've definitely gone too far. However, no one's saying that you can't express your opinion and share your thoughts on the season. If you did not like the season, you have every right to say you do not like the season. Every right. You guys call in all the time to our channel and express your thoughts and opinions on the show and the season. But sending death threats, trolling him in the comment section, talking about his appearance, all of that is unnecessary. Guys, as always, I want to know your opinions in the chat, in the comment section. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.